can move with and turn into harmony. That's what Aikido is pointing at. So you don't consciously try to take any step. I mean, you have to for a kata. Okay, we're going to take this step first, and this step second, and this step third, and that step next, right? That's a choreography, talking about taking steps, but it's really not taking a step. Those are taking steps in a choreography. The real deal is that you get yourself centered and balanced and whole. Your weight's even. You're working on the right structure in the body. Your posture isn't impinging on your directionality. You're not leaning on one leg and putting all the weight on one side and you know, hanging out waiting to pick up that foot, anticipating that the universe will let you pick up this foot and go with it, because half the time it will. The only problem is if my default state is, you know, like this, and then Lou walks over here, where are you, Lou? Puts his hand on my shoulder, that stuff doesn't going to help me. That foot ain't the one I need. I'm standing in the default state of what I can choose to do, train myself to be in a centered place with my world, and the same effect comes. And as it comes, wow, the foot that needs to move can move. I can respond effectively to the problem and not be instantly cattywampus, because when we load ourselves up into one way of responding and try to escape our problems, we might as well be standing on one foot. Right? That's the same damn thing. It's just an extended metaphor of the same process. Or maybe this process is an extended metaphor of that bigger process. I don't know how to put it. Anyway, getting caught up in words. I'm talking too long, sorry. But taking a step comes back to all that. Moving slow in randori is another thing we can choose, because what is the pace we choose to impose on ourselves when we're going to learn to activate response to chaos? And when chaos is really happening, when you're driving down the road and then you're in the car wreck, it has its own timing, right? You know. Or you're driving down the road in your life and your relationship is falling apart. That kind of dysfunction and chaos is happening. That's got its own timing too. Or when you walk in the bar and the guy turns around and picks the pool cue up and you go, oh, shit, it's got its own timing. You can't impose a timing on it when it's really happening. So you got to get really comfortable working at all the different time frames available to you, from the slowest to the fastest. And if you arbitrarily go around doing everything fast, because you're going to presume that the world is fast, when the slow stuff hits you, it creeps up on you. The fast stuff is obvious. Again, it has a violence to it that your limbic system and your amygdala are geared to that. And they're geared to the panic reflex and jump. Oh, there's a problem. What we're bad at is the stuff that creeps up on you and kind of whispers in your ear over several steps until it knocks the hell out of you. You know, that's the pacing that kills us. It's the frog on the hot plate that creeps up, you know. Everybody knows the frog on the hot plate story. I tell it too long.
Tell it again.
Frogs, if you put them in a big pot of water and you turn that water up real hot, real fast, they jump out, save themselves. Frogs, you put them in a pot of water and you incrementally tick, 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 and the frog just sits there and dies. They don't notice the problem. The pacing of the change is too subtle to get its attention, to save its ass. And a lot of the world's like that. So our default state when we're practicing randori, as slow as you can force yourself to go, which can be pretty damn slow, but you really got to force yourself to. And nobody's going to walk around like a policeman and say, oh, you must go slower, you're going too fast. Or they might, but it probably won't help. Because the only one that's going to do it, that'll make a damn difference, is when you decide, when you invest yourself in doing the slower, lighter thing. We're going to lightness as well, instead of power. Why do we got to revert to lightness instead of power? I'm powerful. Why can't I walk around in the world and just push and shove and push stuff. Why not?
Bigger, stronger.
Yeah, because the world's got bigger, terribler stuff than me in it that will run me over.
And you may not always be fine.
And I might be powerful today, and the next day I'm laying in the hospital room like Danny, and half my body doesn't work. You know, it'd be us in a heartbeat. The difference between being full and powerful and embodied in life and roaming around doing what the hell we want, and winding up incapacitated to a profound degree is a hair's breadth, man. And so accommodating the conditions that arise demand that we learn to be comfortable in weak states, not in powerful states. It demands that we get comfortable in slow states, not in fast, jittery states. It demands that we get comfortable with open states, not closed and tight defensive states. It demands that we train our minds in particular ways to deal with the stresses as they're coming at us and not just do the escapism thing. Because if you use practice, you use martial arts practice, you use Zen practice, you use any whatever kind of practice you have in your life, you use it as escape, you're perpetuating the problem. Escape won't escape. Escape won't do it. We think it will. I got a pain, I take a pill. I feel better. You know? That's what we learn as kids. Escape the problem. Got a pain, take a pill. Get better. Seems to work. Seems to work. Another one of those seems to work kind of deals for a while. What's the cost? What's the long-term effect? Maybe you get away with it, I don't know. But maybe not. Funny deal that way. There he took you know they have these apes? The apes that can do sign language and talk, you know? And they had Coco the ape, and Coco had a toothache. It's a 400-pound ape with a toothache. That's no fun for the trainers. That's no fun for anybody. I mean, this would be bad, you know. And Coco said, hurt, 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 hurt. And they gave Coco some pain relief. They gave her a shot or a pill or something. Oh, okay, it's fine now. All better, all better. Then the pain comes back, and Coco's like really freaking out now. It's back. Whoa, whoa. Now you got a really freaked out ape. And they signed language back to Coco. Well, Coco, we can pull that tooth, but it's going to hurt even worse when we pull it. But it'll stop completely. It is an ape. You know, kind of reasoning process going on here. There's a decision making. They're giving her a choice. Or we can keep doing the drug thing and it'll come and go. Pull the damn thing out. That's what she said. Get it out of there. Pretty smart choice. I wish we would make it that way ourselves more often. And they measure the IQ of Coco the ape, and it's like an 80 IQ. It's not bright by our human standards. Of course, you know, that's our standards. We probably have very bad ape IQs, too. If you measure us on their terms, I suppose we're pretty bad at being great apes. But anyway,
Smart people do a lot of
we do a lot of stupid things, don't we? I'll just take another pill. Or I'll just, you know. We escape so many dumb ways. More money. More drugs. More alcohol. More sex. More power. All kinds of things. We lean in all kinds of directions to try to escape, and they wind up sticking us deeper in the hole. Because there ain't no escape. Facing the problem, stepping into the problem and putting yourself in parameters that you can choose to put on yourself. Training repeatedly in problems under a set of parameters that keep you centered and whole and constant. That transforms it. That creates a completely different relationship.